Hey, ya.
Esperando para ti. Fini.
Y'all, it's been a minute, right? I took a little break as I said I would. I needed a moment, and I also celebrated my 30th birthday. My twin and I are now officially in the 30 club. So it was very exciting. It was a busy week prior. Just celebrated last Tuesday. Took a vacation to San Juan, Puerto Rico. It was beautiful, beautiful. Met some great people. Explored, and I had a great opportunity to spend time with my sister. And we just really enjoyed having that time together and also away from our busy life. So I'm also going to include some clips and some photos. So stay tuned to this episode so you can kind of see what I did. It was fun. And like I said, met some wonderful, great people. Did I talk about the food? Whew, wait till you see that. So y'all, it's April. We are in April. And as I said, I wanted to get into fitness. You know, I said this is a health, wellness, fitness podcast where we talk about the journey of life. And, you know, even if you're not on that journey of fitness now, I want to help you get into it. And if you are and you might struggle or you already just continuing, you're just pushing by, like, or whatever it is, I want to just help you where you might be at. And so today on the episode, we're going to be talking about the C word of fitness, and that is consistency. Consistency in action and sustaining your fitness routine. And I really just want to give you some tips. I'm going to, at the end of the episode, show you some exercises that you can do, whether you're in your home or you're outside or in the gym, some basic exercises that you can progress on, whether you're using weights, resistance band. We're going to be talking about how to shop on a budget for the equipment, maybe gear that you might use, and how you don't have to use a lot of things to maintain consistency in your fitness routine. We're going to talk about, how you can incorporate exercise into your daily life. Like maybe you don't have the time to go to the gym every day, but how can you make it to where you are exercising for a certain amount of time every day? And then we're going to talk about the challenges that, having a fitness routine might present because it's real. It happens. So, I'm excited to be back. Thank you all. Thank you all that have shown me love. Remember, you define your destiny, and that's something that's really honed in as I've, grown to be who I am today. So let's get into the show. I'm so excited to be back. And, where can we start better off than talking about, how to incorporate fitness into your daily life? I'm going to save for the end different foundational exercises that you can do because I want to be able to talk you through those, show you those, so there will be something at the end that you will be able to kind of follow along to add to your routines, and then really just enjoy it. So we're gonna jump forward and we're gonna move into like, how can you incorporate fitness into your daily life? Are you someone that works a lot? Are you someone that has a busy schedule? We all are, right? Well, I want to give you a fact. You only need to do 30 minutes of exercises a day to maintain, right? If that's your goal, to maintain 30 minutes a day is really all you need. And that could be in the forms of, low impact exercises such as jogging, walking, maybe riding the bicycle. And not saying that those exercises are not high intensity. So like if you're bicycling, that's a low impact if you're just cruising. But if you take it up a notch and you do a cycling class, or you do if you use the Apple Plus fitness app or different apps, Nike training app, different ones have different cycling classes on there. So, those are ways that you can incorporate it. Take 20 minutes out your day to walk to the store or park a little further, take a class. Those are ways that you can incorporate them into your daily life. And I wanted to highlight why, like I said, park a little farther or take the stairs or take a walk, because a mile walk is 20 to 25 minutes depending on your pace. That's almost 30 minutes of your workout right there. You moved, you got your steps in, right? If you're parking a little further on one of those days where you don't have the ability to go to a class or do an exercise, you're still getting your steps in. So I wanted to provide these practical tips because it doesn't have to be going to the gym to get your exercises in. Um, and it's very important, when I talk about the C word of consistency, to at least strive to do 30 minutes a day. And does it have to be 30 minutes consecutively? No. It could be 15-minute increments. If you like wake up and you're like, okay, I got 15 minutes here, let me get some movement in. And then throughout your day, you might find another 15 minutes. You start there. And that's how you'll start building that consistency. And what is consistency? That is habit building. You're building habits. So you're teaching your body how to adjust to something that it was not doing and incorporating it in your daily life. So those are ways that you can incorporate fitness into your daily life. Striving to do 30 minutes a day, doing low impact exercises, taking a class, changing your routine and how you go about life, like parking further, taking the stairs instead of the elevator, different things like that are ways that you can incorporate fitness into your daily life. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about is, how consistency in this fitness routine might present challenges, right? We have a busy life. We talked about that, right? There's different things like, motivation and, I don't have the time, I don't have the budget, I don't know where to start, right? Those are the challenges that it presents itself. So for me, I want to advise you as you begin this journey, as you continue this journey, don't stop. Take it one step at a time. If you're not motivated, figure out and talk and sit with yourself and say, hey, why? Is it because you don't like doing it by yourself? Okay, reach out, maybe join a class, reach out to a friend that you're like, okay, I see you do this. Do you mind if I join you? Maybe get a trainer. If that's not in your budget, I highly recommend group classes. I'm a group X instructor as well. So I know that's a little bit less expensive than the personal training route, which I'm also a trainer as well. So get involved with people. And that's going to help boost your motivation. You know why? Because you're building community. And you might think going into that HIIT class, going into that boxing class, going into a Zumba class, I'm not doing it right. But you're not the only one. The class, as the instructor, I'm telling you, like, the class has been created to meet, and it should be at least meet everybody's level. So even if you're not at the front of the class with the person being able to do all the burpees and all the jumping jacks or all the punches, it's okay because there's somebody in the middle or in the back that's getting help from the group X instructor to walk around and help. That's really our job. Like, we're going to teach the class as well, but walking around and making sure that our class members are feeling comfortable is a part of what we do as well. So join the class, get motivation from the instructor, get motivation from the class members, and you will find community. So I know that might present a challenge, but it's a step that you can take to start incorporating fitness into your class. And it doesn't have to be 3 times a week. It could be once a day, once a week. It could be every other week, whatever best helps you, boost your motivation. And then next challenge is like, you might not feel empowered. You might feel like you used to be this very athletic person. You used to be able to do it all. But then life happened, or you might have strayed away from what you used to know how to do, and you lose that sense of empowerment. And a way, just as we talked about before, a way to boost that empowerment is to start a little bit slower. Just get your body moving again, and that's going to help you boost your empowerment. Even if it's like taking a yoga class or a different class that's not really aligned with what you used to do. If you're an athlete, then maybe not doing so much of an athletic HIIT style, but maybe doing like a swimming class or a cycling class, something that's out of your norm, right? And in doing that, you will begin to build a sense of accomplishment, because not only are you starting to be empowered, you're forming community, you're staying consistent, and that is going to help you feel a sense of accomplishment. And then the other thing is, and it's for everyone, even for myself, I have to tell myself, okay, Giselle, let's get to it. And that a challenge that could present itself in, maintaining a consistent routine is not having accountability. So if you're the only one like motivating yourself and you're not feeling empowered, and if you don't have the motivation, like it's easy to fall off and not be held accountable. I'm going to sleep in today. I'm not doing that today. I'm not going to eat right today because nobody's holding you accountable. Thankfully, you all hold me accountable because it's like when I slip, like even just coming back from vacation, even while on vacation, I had my fun, I did my experiences. I incorporated fitness in my vacation by doing different hikes, walking more. But like I came back and I was like, okay, we need to do a little cleanse. You had fun. I had fun. And do a cleanse, get your digestive system back right. So I did a 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. fast, liquids only. And that's just going to help me progress as I go into next week, as I will probably lock in a little bit more. But even with my fitness, I said, okay, you don't have to do it all out. Go to the gym. You need to get your abs in, do a little 10-minute, not a little, but do a 10-minute circuit. And I utilize, and I will put them in the chat box if you want to follow along, because I've been following these people for 3 years. This is not a paid ad. Maybe it will one day. But Chris Hernia on YouTube, he has wonderful follow along exercises, and along with Juice and Toya on YouTube. I have been following them for like years now, 3+ years, I know. And I recommend, even if you don't feel comfortable going to the gym and you want to do something at the house, they have options of body weight options. They have options of, using weights. Resistance bands is modified, and then there's advanced as well. So like I said, you all hold me accountable. But if you don't have somebody that can hold you accountable, find somebody, like I said, going to the classes or setting a goal for yourself. Even if you hold yourself accountable within, your own technology, writing it down on your notes and making that your screenshot and saying, this week I'm going to have this as my screenshot. I will do this. So that way you're always looking at it. We're always looking at our phones anyways, right? So go ahead and I understand why that's a challenge, but don't allow it to be a challenge. And it can be a challenge in the sense of like, we have, not really known how to break the consistency of not having an accountability person. What do you do when you're not motivated? What do you do when you don't have somebody holding you accountable? You do have to sit with yourself and figure out why, right? That's a part of this journey. The journey of fitness is a motivated one, self-aware one. I really would say it's more of a self-awareness one, because even when you lose your motivation, you got to figure out why. And that's kind of why consistency in this journey is hard, because we don't want to answer the question of why I'm feeling unmotivated and empowered. How can I boost my motivation? We kind of want to push it by. And it's totally okay, because we all experience it. Give yourself grace and remember that you can keep going. Just take that step to keep getting up and trying again. Even if it is for 15 minutes, 1 day, 2 day, 3 days, try to do 20 days the next day. Okay. And then, like I was telling y'all, there's different varieties that you can do. I recommend also, to help you stay consistent and beat the challenge of, lack of motivation, feeling empowered and having a sense of accomplishment or accountability, is to join challenges. Even if you don't know how to create one yourself, there's different options that you can look up on the web, or Instagram or YouTube, like where they're doing push-up challenges, plank challenges, nutritious challenges, eat greens only. When I say nutritious, it's like, okay, so for 1 week, we're going to only eat greens at lunch. And what that looks like is maybe an apple salad, all things green, right? And you're holding yourself accountable. You're writing it down. And, at the end of the week, you will feel empowered and accomplished because you were able to do that. So it doesn't necessarily always have to be like, hey, I don't know what to do at home. I don't know what to do in the gym. But starting with the small steps or adding it to the steps you're already taking and giving yourself challenges to help you maintain your consistency in your fitness routine, nutritiously and physically. Because this fitness routine is not just about being physically active. It's about what you're putting in your body. That's also going to boost your motivation. That's also going to boost your empowerment and accountability. What are you eating? That's very important. And I definitely, you already know, got an episode for you all. How can you eat healthy, but like on a budget? It doesn't have to be expensive. I'm going to be honest. I'm not one that eats expensive healthy meals. I'm on a tight budget because, I got goals. But, you can do it, and I want to help you all find out how you can do that. So, in this episode, as we get ready to wrap up, I just wanted to share, my before we even get into more about fitness, I wanted to share, the struggle of I understand how it's hard to be consistent in your fitness routine. And the number one thing that helps you maintain this journey of fitness is consistency. So I wanted to start this series off of fitness talking about, the different foundational different foundational exercises that you can do, also along with incorporating like how to incorporate fitness into your daily lives, and then talk about what are the challenges and why is it so hard to stay consistent, because I understand it is. So as we wrap up, make sure you stay tuned, because I have some exercises that you can try, and I recommend definitely practicing them, a multiple times, and really listening to what I say about the form and how you can incorporate this into your daily life, the routine that you can use, and the different sets and reps that you can do to feel a good exercise and a good workout routine at the end of whatever day you choose to do some of these exercises. So y'all, I'm back and I'm excited, and I'm so glad we got this opportunity to share a little bit about my birthday and how I, spent it and enjoyed it, and really can't wait to go back. And then also talking about consistency and how it applies to our fitness routine and maintaining a routine through fitness. So y'all know what I say. You and I define our destiny. And until next time, remember, you define it. Part, and you're just going to simply pretend as if you're reaching to get toilet, and you go toilet tissue as you sit down in the toilet. So you want to keep your chest up and bring your back and go just like that. And you're just going to do 10 reps or 12. If you have weights in your hand, the less reps you do with weights, the more strength you build. If you're trying to tow them, you want to do more reps. Okay, I'm going to show you your side, but remember, we're getting that toilet tissue. Chest is up, just like that. We're going to do 2 and 1. Okay, so that's an exercise that you can incorporate. It's simple. You can do it anywhere. You can be in the kitchen. We have done these in the restroom. You can do these. Okay. Next, we have lunges. So how you're going to set this up is just like you're about to step back. So you're going to step back and have your knees 90 to 90. All right, so I'm going to start just so you can see a little bit more. Let's just step it back. You want your feet not to be too far out, and you're just going to, and you can do a variety of versions of this, and you can alternate, just like this. This is really going to work your glutes, your quads, and your hamstring. Good. If you want to go the single back, you can even just go like this. Hold it. Hold it. Good. If you want to work on isometric, if that might be a little bit too much for this video, but that's just simply working on your back. So when you work on your back, you should do a lot of isometric moves. So just working to hold yourself up. So we have our legs, okay? So those 2 exercises are great exercises that you can do to work on your lower body. Next, I want to work on our upper body. And so I'm going to grab some dumbbells for this. So we'll have 2 exercises, and then we'll go into abs, okay? All right. So let's start out with just toning our arms. Everybody wants to tone arms, right? It is getting ready to be tank top season, right? So a simple one that you can do, I want to hinge like I'm about to open the door with my hips. we're going to do an RDL. That's where you handle this. You're going to just pull the weights up, just like you're trying to put something in your back pocket, and bring that elbow up. Make sure you're looking down at the ground. Good. And just like the lunges, there's a variety of ways you can do it. Work your back. Good. Just like that. Good. And if you have resistance bands, you'll have them at the bottom of your weight, and you'll just pull back the same motion as Sun does, okay? All right. And if you don't have any weights, just work on the form, okay? You're still going to work your back, okay? But just remember the hinge. Opening the door with your hips, bending your knees. Don't arch your back, have a flat back. And that's one upper body exercise to add to your routine. Simple. You would do 15 to 20 reps, 10 reps on each side. That's how I like to do it. Next, we're going to bring it down to the floor, okay? So we're going to do one of my favorites. It's not everybody's favorite, but it's the one that works majority of the body. And that is going to be a push-up. So if you're not really good at doing push-ups, try to get in a high plank. You don't have to stay there. Drop your knees. You can cross them. Just make sure your chest is up, and you can go down. If you can't go down to the floor, that's okay. You just want your range of motion to kind of have that squeeze in your back, okay? You don't want your hips up like that. You want a flat back, flat back. And if that's still a little bit too hard for you, let's do the worm. So how I like to describe this is you're going to go bring your chest up, bring your thighs up, bring your knees up, bring your knees down, thighs down, chest down. And that is how you can just work your way to do a push-up. Then lastly, my favorite, and I'm going to flex a little bit, but we're going to do push-ups. So these are really good to work your entire body, including your abs. It's a calisthenic exercise, which is working your body. And I usually do, to build myself up, I typically did 8 to 10, and I would do different rounds, okay? So if you can't do 10, if you can't do 8, start with doing 4, start with doing 6, and go up in different increments. All right, so we're gonna bring it to the last set. We did lower body, we did upper body. Now we're gonna do like cardio. So another one that I want to stay on the floor with is really good for your abs. I'm show you in the front. You're gonna bring your knees up like this. This is gonna help your stamina and endurance. These are called mountain climbers. You can do these anywhere, and you can even crunch your body to work your obliques, just like this. I like to do 20 to 45 seconds. So you crunch your knees, just like this. Go in and out, just like this. And you're really going to be working your entire body, especially your upper body and your abs. And I suggest for this exercise that you start with 20 if you're not familiar with this exercise. And do 3 different rounds of 20 seconds. That's a Tabitha exercise. That's a Tabitha routine. Next, I want to go into another classic. Is you're going to have your feet hip width apart. You're going to put your hands down. So it's like you're going back into that squat motion. Put your hands down, pull your fingertips down, and then give yourself some. Then you're going to walk one foot out, the other foot out, walk it in, raise, okay? If you're a little bit more advanced, it's going to be down, jump in, jump up. So let's put those together, okay? So for the modified way, we're going to go down, walk in, raise, okay? Next for the advance, we're going to go in, and up. If you want to add a jump, add a jump. All right, y'all. So for the burpees, I suggest doing, like I said with the mountain climbers, 20 to 30 to 45 seconds. If you want to calculate that in reps, that's going to look more like 6 to 8 to 10 reps, okay, per round, okay? So next and last and final are the abs, okay? So we're gonna work our abs. So we're gonna bring it back down to the floor. All right. Bring it back down to the floor. And we're gonna do some of my favorites. We're gonna do 2 of them. We're gonna get away from the classic version of doing just a crunch. I wanna show you 2 exercises that I think are very helpful and effective, okay? So the first one is you're gonna pretend like you're about to fall back. Have your knees hip width apart. Pretend like you're about to fall back. If you can just stay right here and you're good, stay here. Then put your hands in prayer form and then turn. Elbow touch the floor, elbow touch the floor, elbow touch the floor, elbow touch the floor. If that's too easy, bring your feet up and just keep letting your elbow touch the floor. These are called Russian twists. And these really work your abdominal and strengthening them and your obliques. Just like the burpees, just like the mountain climbers, I like to do different rounds of 20 to 30 to 45 seconds, okay? So next we have, I actually want to add an extra one. Y'all get an extra ab exercise. But these are going to be leg ups. So I put my head up, as you can see, my head is up like I'm holding an apple. I put my hands under my hips, and then I go down about 6 feet, come back up. And I just keep going just like that. And then every time I come up, you see me exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, okay? You keep that neck crunch and those legs right at 6 feet. Keep pushing and good. So that is going to be leg lifts. Same thing with the burpees, with the mountain climbers, with the Russian twists. We're going to do 10, 20, 30, 45 seconds per round, okay? If you like to count your reps, like I said with the burpees, that's going to be about 10, 15, 20, okay? So let's go into my other favorite. I love abs, so I have a lot of favorites. I might give y'all a video on strictly abs. Let me know how y'all want to do that. Okay, so this is going to be called a reverse lunge. So just like the leg lift, you can have your hands out if you're advanced, or if you're more beginner, have your hands under your hips. Bring your shoulders up, crunch that apple under your chin. Bring your feet down about 6 feet. You're going to bring your feet in and push up and out. For the modification, it's going to be more of a lower jump than the high one, like that. So this is the high. This is the low, okay? It's really not much of a modification, but you will feel your abs. You just want to make sure that your hips raise, okay? Same thing for the burpees, for the mountain climbers, for the Russian twists, for the leg lifts. 30, 45, 20 seconds, okay? I said that a little backwards, but those are some exercises, y'all. I really wanted to break those exercises down because I know that starting a routine, an exercise, a fitness routine, you're like, where do I start? How can I start? And if we're talking about incorporating it in our daily lives, maybe you can't always get to the gym. But when you're around your house, like I said, giving yourself those challenges, maybe you do 100 squats a day. Every time you're in the kitchen, do 10. Maybe you go to the bathroom, do 10, and just track yourself. Honestly, y'all, that is how I got started, okay? And with these exercises, you can use all of these exercises, do them one time, and then go back through them. That's a whole circuit. That's going to take you about 20 to 25 minutes. If you want to go a little bit longer, you can do 3 rounds, okay? So I just wanted to provide these exercises because I understand staying consistent in your fitness is hard, right? In your fitness routine, you don't know where to start. So I wanted to provide y'all with some of my favorite exercises. If you want more, definitely comment below what questions do you have about fitness, nutrition, how can you get started, any tips, or any comments that you want to leave there, any video suggestions that you want me to do on fitness. Y'all, I love working out. If you have not gotten a chance to check out my TikTok, you'll see all of my routines on there. Go to my Instagram, BCA Transformations. You'll also see my fitness on there as well. So if you want to see more of my fitness, let me know. But if you need immediate answers, go ahead and check out my TikTok, G that chick. You'll find it. Okay. So it's been great. It's been a pleasure, and I've loved doing this episode. We're in it. We're here, and thank you so much for tuning in. And remember, only you define your destiny. Peace, love, and happiness.